And is it merely getting worn down in the fourth quarter from being on the field so long?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why we can play the run well early on and not finish it. So I need to get that answer so we can figure it out. We have to. I mean, it's whether it's we're not playing our gaps because I don't know what it is, but we got to figure it out because you're going to lose football games, and we are losing football games, and we need to win.
Christy Rican.
AJ, you've played a lot of football for this team. Are you worried at all about anyone on the team panicking? And if so, is there anything you can do as a leader to keep the team kind of on track when you're in a tough spot like this?
I mean, you really have no choice. I mean, we're coming into work, and tomorrow we're going to have film to watch of this game to get better, and we're going to have Vikings film to watch for next week. And Wednesday we're going to have practices. So, I mean, you don't have any choice but to come in and try and improve and get better. I don't know what the alternative to that would be. And if you're not interested in getting better and finding ways to get better, then you're probably in the wrong profession. You shouldn't be in sports because that's what this job is. It's finding a way every day to get better, every week to get better. And right now we need to do that in a hurry.
Last question for Aaron Wilson.
AJ, were there any communication issues? There was a busted coverage on Juju Smith-Schuster. I know you don't play DB, but just your thoughts on general communication issues, including that play.
I don't play DB. I have no idea. Thanks.
Thanks, JJ.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, with the offense, you got off to a fast start, and then it got to a point in the second half where you just weren't moving the football as well and obviously scoring points. What do you think happened from first half to the second half?
I think at the end of the day, it's just all about inconsistency. We got to continue to have that fire coming out, and things just didn't go our way. Got behind the sticks, just too inconsistent throughout the day.
Right. And do you take anything away from? It looks like, as you guys said after the last game, there is better timing because you are playing more games together. The passing game is making some strides.
Absolutely. I think there is some positives to build from. Like you said, the timing with Deshaun is getting better week by week, and that's showing. But I think from a receiver standpoint, we look at ourselves and we just got to be more consistent and make bigger plays when we can.
Vanessa?
Hey, Brandon, what were you encouraged by the most in that first half of the football game?
I will have to say the way that we were moving the ball, taking being able to play fast, getting the ball going, getting the ball in our playmakers' hands, and being consistent on that front.
Aaron Reese?
Hey, Brendan, you talked about being behind the sticks, whether it's a sack early on or losing yards early on or even just gaining only a yard or two on first down. What sort of stress does that put on you guys when you're in a 2nd and 8 or something or longer?
I wouldn't say, stress, because we practice those situations, but at the end of the day, having too many of those aren't good. I think your play calls change when you're 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3 versus, 3rd and 10 and whatnot. So, yeah.
Cody Davis?
Hey, Brandon. How much of the offensive performance we saw in the first half was just a testament to show that the offensive struggles that we saw through the first 2 weeks of the regular season was due to the shortened offseason? Because it seemed like you guys were able to click a lot more.
I haven't even thought about shortened offseason. I think, to be honest with you, that's just a big excuse. You look around the league, offenses are playing at a high level. At the end of the day, we didn't start our season fast. We didn't, we started this game fast, but we didn't finish. And that's on us. We're players. We've been playing football a long time to understand that we got to come out and be consistent. So nothing to the offseason.
Thanks so much, Brandon.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Aaron Wilson?
Hey, Bernard. The mentality of the team, you've been in this position before a couple of years ago, had to fight your way out of an 0-3 hole. What does it take, some of you guys that were part of that, to try to do something like that, engineer some kind of turnaround again? And how did you guys do that before?
I mean, this is a new season. Every season is different. Yeah, I mean, we dug ourselves in the hole, but we just got to keep guys being positive. And me as a leader on defense, I got to keep telling them just stay focused, and just get better every day and try to get a turnaround.
Mark Berman?
Bernard, can you talk about your defense's inability to stop the run again at fourth quarter?
I mean, we just got to keep fighting through, man. I got to keep enforcing the D and myself just to next play mentality. I mean, they got pro athletes, we got pro athletes, and we didn't do a great job in the fourth quarter trying to get out the field to give our offense the ball again. But we're just gonna keep working and keep doing what we do best and stay positive and try to stop the run next game.
Can you point to any specific issues that are the problem?
No, we just gotta find a way to just play complementary football and just as a defense, just to like I said, next play, everybody doing their job, every play being consistent. So it's not a problem because we got guys that's working their ass off every play every day. But we just gotta find a way to just come together and be consistent.
Cody Davis.
Hey, Bernardic. In the first half, you guys had a pretty good, solid defensive performance. Can you talk about some positives you saw in the first half that you can take that would carry and help you guys out as the season move forward?
Positive one. We knew that. I mean, we don't have any fans, so we knew as a defense we had to come with swagger and have a lot of juice. And we got guys like Michael Thomas, guys that are not even in the game, bringing the juice to help to keep the juice up. And a lot of guys play with a lot of energy and kept us going through the first and third quarter.
Aaron Wilson.
You look at the way teams have attacked you and tried to hit the edges. Is there anything in particular that when you have had trouble, kind of setting the edge, what do you see normally traditionally from defenses that you can do to try to counteract that?
I mean, we just gotta be consistent, man. We have a lot of hungry defensive players on our defense, so we're trying to make plays, but we just gotta be consistent of doing our job every play and not overthinking and being too aggressive. So we just calm down and everybody do their job, and we should be great.
Great. Thanks so much.
Sean, what difference did you see in the offense from the fast start you guys got off to and the way things unfolded in the second half?
We just didn't find a balance. We didn't establish a run. And we just didn't make enough plays, honestly. So, that just kind of backfired on us. And Pittsburgh made enough plays to score, I think, 10 unanswered points in the second half. And it just went against us.
Do you feel like the rhythm, you mentioned this before the game, do you feel like the rhythm and the chemistry with the receivers, we did see some advances in that. Do you think that's starting to get to where you hoped for in the passing game?
Yeah, I mean, there's things that we're, just growing. We keep growing, we keep working, we keep building. Whenever we had the opportunities, we took advantage of those, especially in the first half, and we did it, what we needed to do at that time, but we didn't finish it off.
Aaron Reese.
Hey, Deshaun, what sort of stress does it put on the offense when you guys are just behind the sticks and facing third and longs rather than a third and medium, third and short?
It's tough. I mean, with a D-line like that, they can just pin their ears back and just rush. They can drop everyone in coverage and play the sticks. You got to find the holes and buy some time to let those receivers get the depth that we need. But we got to stay out of that. We got to, have positive yards on first and second down and get us in third and manageable.
Christy Rican.
Deshaun, do you feel like there's any panic in your team with the 0-3 start?
Nah, ain't no panic. No, man.
Mark Berman.
Deshaun, what kind of concerns do you have, if that's the right word, about where your team is sitting at 0-3?
Yeah, I mean, we are what we are. We're 0-3, but there's a lot of positivity in this, and you can't on the negativity. It's a lot more football to go. We got 13 more games, so who knows what can happen in 13 more games. We haven't even played our divisional team, so there's a lot of opportunities out there. We got to keep building and keep pushing forward. I can't let myself to get discouraged. Every week is a new week. We missed out on this week, and we're sitting at 0-3. But at the end of the day, we can. The one thing we can do is try to be 1-0 next week, and you just keep building, taking one.
How tough has it been for you to work around the pressure? You got sacked a bunch, a lot of hurries again today.
I just try to make plays as much as I can. That's what I make good decisions, and I try to make a play at towards the end. I think in the fourth quarter, made one earlier in the drive, and then it was third and long again, and try to make a play. Mike Hilton did a good job of getting in front of Kenny. Really was trying to throw the wheel, but it slipped out when I was getting hit, and it sailed and was going towards Kenny, and Mike Hilton made a good play. But we can kind of consider that as a punt, because if he would have dropped it, we would have probably punted it from the 50. So. Yeah, I mean, it's just trying to make plays and trying to do something to make a spark for this team.
Matt Musil.
Deshaun, what did you see different defensively from them in the second half? Were they mixing their coverages, or was it just they were getting better push up front?
Yeah, we just first and second down. They were a little bit better than us. We were behind the sticks the whole second half, which makes it a lot tough. I think the stat was 17 yards in the third quarter, which is not – you can't win games like that. So, we got to help our defense out and create some yardage and keep them off the field as much as possible.
That make it even tougher to swallow because things went so well in the first half offensively?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to continue to the success that we had, we got to put that, especially after halftime. It's a new half. It's 0-0. So, we got to learn from this mistake, and we got to have some positivity, especially in the third quarter.
Brandon Scott.
Hey, Deshaun, you seem to do really well, especially early in the game when the play would break down, and just speak to how you're seeing things downfield and just kind of keeping your eyes up downfield when things aren't going so well.
I mean, yeah, it's just trying to make, like I said earlier, just trying to make a play. Honestly, sometimes my instincts take over and I just play as good. Sometimes it backfire, but I just try to do what I can to get a spark for this team. A lot of guys, in this locker room, have a lot of trust and faith in what I'm doing, and so, I do the same thing. And sometimes it works, and then sometimes it don't. But at the same time, I just try to do it the best I can to have some success for this offense.
Terrence.
Hey, Deshaun, what do you feel like it's going to take to get this thing turned around? I mean, and I'm talking about offensively, to kind of be able to put a full game together. What is it going to take from you guys?
Consistency. You just got to do it all 4 quarters, honestly. Starting with me, starting with Timmy. We got to come together and figure out what we can do consistently and keep building from it. And we're gonna keep doing that. We're gonna keep growing, and it really just starts with me as a quarterback, making sure that I'm talking to him, communicating with him and the guys upstairs in the box to see in the defense and the strategies that they're trying to do, especially in the second half. So, we just gotta continue to have some consistency what we build on from the first half.
Kim Davis.
Hey, Deshaun, you mentioned consistency being the key, so I won't ask you about that, to being able to carry it on in the second half. But you have also seen this team have slow starts before. Can you talk about what you can say to your team about how you've turned it around in the past? I know it's a new year, but you have experienced it before.
Yeah, I mean, this is a place and position that we never, we don't want to be in. We got to dig ourselves out of it. But I think the difference was, when we had it, I think an 0-4 start a couple of years ago, whereas, we played some divisional teams. We played 3 AFC teams, which is something that we want to, win those games. But, the playoffs go through divisionals. If you can win the division and have an opportunity to just get in a wild card or, and that's down the road. But I'm just speaking on, things where we, the start. We have opportunity. We played 3 great teams 3 weeks in a row, and we got tested, and we just came up short. So, we can't make the mistakes that we made, and we can't have that little lull in the middle of the game, because those teams, great teams like the 3 teams that we played, who's sitting here undefeated, will take advantage of that. So we just got to build on that and turn that around.
Last question for Aaron Wilson.
Hey, Deshaun, I wanted to ask you what you thought of TJ Watt as a competitor, and also given how tough the sledding kind of you could anticipate it being with them being the top-ranked run defense. Was there any thought to even passing even more, and just like we talk about balance, but maybe not being balanced and just going with a more pass-heavy attack?
You got to run the ball regardless of what the defense, you know what I'm saying? We got to have a balance. You can't just sit there and pass. Now you're giving them opportunity to just pin their bears back and rush the whole time. So you gotta have the balance between run and pass. And we didn't have that, especially in the second half. And it made it a little bit more tough. And yeah, TJ Watt is just like his brother. He's a competitor. He's gonna compete each and every play. I respect his game and the way he challenged our offense. And he's a great player for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Great. Thanks so much, Deshaun. Thanks, everyone. That's it.